Hi guys, I am here with Mikey James, and he's here to spill all the Hollywood secrets with us. Welcome, Mikey.
Thanks for having me. Oh, this is so fun. It's you.
Yes, we can see each other.
I love it. It's so exciting. Thanks for having me.
So you are reporting from Hollywood. Tell
Yes,
us a little bit about what it is that you do, Mikey.
What do I do? I don't even know half the time, seriously. I fumbled my way into TV. I kind of knew that that's what I wanted to do, but I've been caught up in the mix of casting and developing and producing and all these amazing things in such weird worlds. I don't really know what I do, but I guess you would call me a producer by trade. I get to travel, I get to go to the most weirdest places, have the most weird experiences. Like, I mean, producing TV, it's like what you see on the TV screen, you're in there actually experiencing. In some cases, that's either terrifying, it's amazing, it's funny, it's sad, and you actually feel the emotion that happens in that. So it kind of keeps you grounded in some ways, to be honest, because you get to experience so much.
So what are you looking for when you're casting for a certain role, when it comes to, obviously each role is different, but what matters when it comes to appearance or just etiquette when you come to the casting?
Yeah, and point blank, there is a role for absolutely everybody, right? All shapes, all ages, or like every single person, there is a role for them in Hollywood. I don't care who says otherwise, there is, because you're constantly looking for that personality, that character, that even story that's going to carry through and be able to translate on camera. Depending reality world, you know, if you're looking to share your story, it's just important to be transparent, open, but yourself, because that's enough. A casting director can tell, like, within 2 minutes if you're acting or like putting on a front, you're nervous, you know what I mean? Because you've had those real conversations and you've, you know, spoken with a lot of people. Because if you're casting a show, sometimes you speak to hundreds of thousands of people when you're trying to find that one person. Ultimately, if you have that look, you're a character, you have something interesting about you, Hollywood's calling, baby.
So basically, within the first 2 minutes, you know if it's a yes or no.
For me, yes. And I don't know, I feel like I have a good scope on character, but like within the first, I would say even 60 seconds.
You've been involved in some of the shows that I really love. 90 Day Fiancé. So, and all of those people seem like semi-normal, average, regular people in the first episode. But then all these things start coming up, and this is not the only show. Like in most shows, this is what happens. Like, do you guys just have a sense of like, coming across people that, you know, you can tell have like some sketchy backgrounds?
Oh, yes. And like, you know, sometimes it takes a little digging to get to that, like those moments. But ultimately in the start, I'm like, there's something about you, you know what I mean, that could be right for this. And I mean, casting, everyone thinks is very short as well. It's actually a really long process. So it could take sometimes months to find that cast. And by that time, you've had so many conversations with these people, like, you know everything about them. And I mean, they're down to share it all mostly. So it's like, it's interesting. It's just interesting the people that you come across in casting. That's the main thing. It has kept me very grounded, very humble, because, oh my God, there's some shit out there, girl.
Is there ever a time when a talent would come to you for a casting and you would just tell them, forget about it, you should not come back ever again?
Oh yeah, and honestly, tip, if the Skype goes for less than a minute, don't expect a call back.
Wow, that's another thing. So I guess you had to do everything via Skype or Zoom these days. So do you think there's a difference in like you showing your personality via Zoom or Skype versus in person?
I actually kind of think it's better because in a sense of the way who someone is in real life, like the way that I would interact with you in real life would make you be a different person. But this ultimately kind of seeing like how they interact with a screen, how they're, you know what I mean, taking directions more so rather than being in real life where it's more of a conversation when you do that type of casting. But I actually like it because I feel like it weeds it out. And then also I don't have to like drag it on and just like go click, bye.
Done. Casting is over.
See ya.
When you work with, you know, people that aren't famous yet versus you've had to cast celebrities, is there a difference? And what is the difference? Are they more challenging, I assume, or more difficult to work with?
You know who's more difficult mostly than the celebrity is the agent. And most of the time when you're like booking high profile talent, you're dealing with like 6 people, not just the one. And if it's like regular every day, it's like, you want to be on TV, you know, that kind of thing where it's like, then you have this army and it's just, oh my God, it's exhausting. I hate casting celebrities, but I also love the projects that they're on. So it's kind of a...
Give us a scoop on like some behind the scenes moments that were memorable.
I think my favorite ultimate project was literally the one that I just finished. And it was only because every single person had to be locked together 24 hours a day, including the crew. So it was weird. We're in Arizona filming a double shot at Love. We weren't allowed to leave, weren't allowed to go anywhere. And, you know, we were filming 24 hours a day, living together 24 hours a day. It was, you know, we would see on screen the girls living together. I'm like, this is happening right up here as well, except, you know, we're not being recorded. So, but it was such a weird experience. It was a wild experience. And to be locked with everyone that you work with 24 hours a day was just like a different level. But everyone kind of just came together as a family. It became one big joke and everyone kind of walked away just, honestly, yeah, united.
So where do you think reality and unscripted is going?
I have been thinking about this and I think it's kind of crazy because I really kind of feel like reality TV came in hot and it was like, you know, Bravo making all these, you know, amazing, like glossy, high energy produced shows, right? And then it feels like almost that's wearing off and now we're kind of seeing more of like the real life. And now it just feels like there's a demand for real content. And I think now with the creativity of knowing that like reality can be these like big splashy shows and, you know, it can look really nice and all that kind of stuff mixed with like the real, I'm like, when that happens, I think it's going to be a force to be reckoned with. We're going to see some different shows and a lot of different content I think we haven't seen before. And the nice thing is real.
When you are relaxing and at home, what do you watch? Reality TV?
Do you want to know something? I don't own a TV.
Wow. That's quite an interesting info. So you work, you live TV, but you don't own a TV.
I know. I think it's just at the end of the day, like, I don't want to look at another screen. So I love, like, music, good vibes, and, like, you know, cook and, like, make stuff. Like, I love where I live and, like, I get to, like, hang out in that space. So, like, when I'm back, because normally you're away and you're, like, working, it's like, so when I'm home, I'm just like, I don't want to know that. But, like, you know, I mean, I still have every social media app ever invented and a laptop. So it's like nowadays is like I'm not really missing much.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you, Mikey, for sharing and spilling all the secrets of Hollywood. And I can't wait to see your next project once you announce it.
Thank you so much. This was so fun. I love you.